right, I'm here with Jaguars center Mitch Morse. Mitch, how you liking Jacksonville so far?
Love it. It's a great community. It's been really fun to involve my family in there too. It's fun to, because in training camp all your time is allotted to football,
Right.
but it's still, FaceTime is such a great tool, especially for guys with kids and significant others. So it's fun to see them enjoying the Jacksonville weather, down to the pool, got them in a golf cart to get ice cream. It just makes your suffering and training camp, everyone suffers.
Yeah.
It's not exclusive to here. Makes it a little more. It makes it a little bit easier to go through. Not that it's easy.
All right, first couple of days of training camp in the books. Fans have been in the stands. Do you like having fans there, maybe to bring a little extra energy for those first days?
Well, I think, you don't play this sport in a parking lot, right? You play it in front of fans, which is a beautiful thing about this game. You truly do kind of, when you're in the football mode, whether it's during drills or during team periods, you're so enveloped in your job. You're so in tune with what's mandated for you and what's required by you that you really do tone them out. It is fun to have that little bit of juice and jaunt, especially when there's a big catch made or a big interception or something like that. And I think once the pads come on a little bit, the fans will get into it a little bit more. It's great to have the fans out here. It's the reason why we do this. It's the reason why we have the opportunity to play this game. So to have them involved in any capacity is great.
You've been in the league for a little while. Do you still look forward to that first padded practice of the year?
No, I don't think anyone does. But but it's the next step in the process, right? Like, it's the necessary evil. You play this game in pads. Competition breeds better football. You have to be a little uncomfortable to make those gains as a team and to have those hard lessons, which you do. Training camp's full of hard lessons, individually or collectively. So, it's not like you hate them, but it's definitely more anxious. You get a little anxious. Everyone does in your stomach, but that's a good thing because that means that you're getting closer to actually having football games, and then you get to work, with offense and defensive line. You get to do a little bit more football-specific stuff. So, no one looks forward to those practices, and if they do, they're insane. But they're necessary, and it's always a fun time, especially after that first day, to be in that locker room and see everyone kind of on that collective sigh of relief, because it's just really that first day, it's really that first period that you get those jitters out.
Kind of break them in a little bit.
Yeah, you got to break them in a little bit, yeah.
All right, you mentioned the competition the first couple of days, maybe not the cleanest for the offense. Can you talk about maybe some of the rust that's getting off the tires here?
Well, I think, you have to push the envelope. You have to do stuff that makes you uncomfortable. You have to do stuff that you're adding new wrinkles to an offense, or you're having specific points that you're working on that might have been a point of emphasis for in the past why things haven't succeeded. So this is stuff that we understand that people see this and might get a little bit weary or a little, they might have a little pause, but it's something we work through. And it's another one of those things that when you get to these moments where things aren't going well for an offense or stuff, it's a great opportunity to learn how to get out of that as a team, find who's the vocal guy, who's the guy who picks each other up, because it's going to change every day, and everyone's going to have that opportunity, because some people are going to be dragging one day and some aren't. Some position groups are going to get dragging one day and some aren't. So it's an opportunity to do that, because in games you're going to have those moments where the offense is in a lull and the defense is carrying the team, or vice versa. And it's a team game. It's a collective effort. So you can either pull apart or come together, and these moments are times where we look at it, very critically, of course, but also constructively.
So no reason to panic, just opportunities to learn from.
If you panic is when you make decisions or you act outside of yourself, and rarely is that constructive, right? Like, it's okay because it's stern. Like, as football players, we're our biggest critics, right? And each person receives criticism and gets that fire intrinsically differently. But that's why coaches like you look for those great coaches that can bring everyone up in a constructive way, push you to be your best version of yourself, even during days like this where it's day 4 in the heat and you're dragging a little bit, like, what's going to bring us together. So it's a great moment it's a great time to have these moments, and the thing is, it's on us to learn from them.
Getting used to that offensive line room, what's it been like for you trying to kind of integrate yourself? You're kind of the new guy in the room.
Totally. Yeah, I think for me, for the first few months especially, I just wanted to see how individuals interacted, or how they tick. What happens if they're having good days? What happens if they're having bad days? We've all been around guys who try to integrate into a group too quickly and try to be someone they're not, or try to mess with the flow, and everyone, for the lack of better terms, is like, F that guy, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
dude, so that's my biggest nightmare. So it's just trying to slowly build these relationships. Everyone in here is great. Everyone's been so receptive to me in there, and for me, it's already an established offensive line room with veteran leaders. So for me, it's just kind of trying to see where I fit in that, and just try to push it forward rather than try to make it something that it's not.
As a veteran guy in that room, what have you thought about some of the young guys that are there that are kind of trying to get their feet into the offensive or into the NFL world?
Yeah, I think a guy like Cooper Hodges is going to be a special football player. You know, his season got cut short last year in the preseason, and you know, it's not fair to exclusively pick one guy, because there's plenty. I think Blake Hanson's played a lot of football, and all these guys, like Luke Fortner, is an amazing football player. He's going to have a great career in this league. So just seeing him continue to grow in this thing it's just fun. We got a good group of guys who really care for each other, push each other, and then when we get into the O-line room, are able to kind of take a step back, relax, and laugh, because we give ourselves that opportunity because we really get after it on the field.
Perfect. Appreciate it, Mitch.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Appreciate you.